One. Hey, you guys, welcome back to the Cerebral Palsy and Fitness podcast. I'm here with Greg Partin, and he's the owner of an AR software company that specializes in helping those with visual impairments. Welcome,
Speech
Greg.
impairments.
Speech
Yeah, thank you.
impairments.
Hi, how are you, David? And great to be here. Thank you for having on the show.
Good, good. I'm actually glad to have you on. I was so fascinated when we first I guess messaged each other, and you told me about the how your company focuses on augmented reality. But the thing that gets me is you always think about augmented reality as something for gaming, but you took it
Right.
a step further and you said, why don't we try to use augmented reality to help improve individuals' speech impairments? So tell me a
That's
little bit
correct.
more about that. How did you
Sure.
came across that?
Well, my wife is a speech language pathologist, and I am a technologist. So as I started hearing more about augmented reality, the pieces kind of came together, having some, dinner time conversations with my wife. She says there's a gap in current speech generating devices, or SGDs, which is basically what we're attempting to recreate in an augmented reality world. And she said, the devices are very antiquated. They don't stay up on technology. They're very hard to configure. So she started giving me this laundry list of things that are not good about existing speech generating devices. And we applied that to an augmented reality version of speech generating device and came up with our solution. It's called Communicator, with an AR at the end. That's our little marketing touch to it. Yeah. So we call it Communicator.
Oh, that's awesome. And is this something you kind of was this recently you started, or how long have you been kind of dabbling into this?
We've started building this app about a year and a half ago. We got it to what we call MVP stage, or minimal viable product, to the point where we could put this on, somebody's face and say, how did we do? Is it good? Is it bad? What do you like? What don't you like? And as we started garnering feedback, we started incorporating that directly into the software over the past year and a half. And then just this past summer, we started a user trial program, in which we actually invite users, and it can be anybody, it's free to the user, to come in and help us figure that out about the software. How do we get better at it? So that's the current stage we're in, and then we're probably going to go to commercialization in 2023.
Awesome. Was this have you been like Kickstart funding it or GoFundMe it before? Or is it just a completely self-funded where you and your wife decided, hey, we'll take out some money, or we'll try to make some money and then fund it ourselves? How did
Yeah, we're
that?
currently in the bootstrap stage of startups. Luckily, I'm a software engineer, so I was able to build a lot of the framework myself. We have an internship program in which we have students come in. I've been doing software for 22 years now, so I can teach them best practices, principles. We use all the latest tools that are available in the industry, the same processes that are in this industry. So, these students get real hands-on experience building an enterprise level application. And of course, they help us by building some product for us.
Awesome. Are they like college students? Or are they high school level students that you work with?
We've had a little bit of both. We did actually do some partnership with the in Orlando there with I forget, Seminole County, I think the
Oh, that yeah, I live there,
yeah.
Seminole County, so cool.
Yeah, so yeah, that we did an internship there in which we had some high school students. We're on Handshake, which is a nationwide internship program for collegiate students. So we're on there with our internship programs, and that's mostly how we get our college level students.
Awesome. Speaking about high schools, did you happen to work with Coombs Academy?
No, I haven't.
They're actually a technology high school, so I thought you might have worked with them. I graduated from there.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they're always they have this teaching day event where they have speakers of all varieties, software engineers. They're always looking for people that focus on the technological side of the high school itself. So
Okay.
um I can see if they're still kind of have openings, and I can send you some information about them if you're
That'd be
interested.
great.
Yeah,
Absolutely. We love
yeah,
taking, these students under our wings and helping them grow into, the computer programmers that they want to be. So that'd be great. Yeah.
yeah. Is so right now you've been focusing on the speech side of augmented reality. Are you with the technology that you have, are you trying to be kind of different from or set yourself apart from like companies like Google and like Ray-Bans who they have their own version of glasses, but it's not as advanced or as accessibility driven as you guys are.
That's right. Yeah, that's a great question. So the glasses we're currently using are made by a company called nreal. That's the letter N in real. They're probably one of the first consumer-based augmented reality glasses that are popping onto the scene here in the United States. They came out in the spring of last year. They're for the retail price, they're about $600 for their more advanced version. They do have a $300 pair that's a little bit more cost effective. Fortunately, some of the features aren't there, but we're using the light and real light. They're about $600, so we don't make our own hardware. Our long-term goal is to be kind of a bring your own device type software maker.
Okay.
We think, the way augmented reality is going, you've got Microsoft in the game now. Facebook just, converted to Meta, right? And they're going to be coming
Right.
out new glasses. The more glasses that come on the scene, we know we're going to have to support multiple different types, right? It's kind of like the Android iPhone debate of the early 2000s. So we don't make the device. We have locked onto one for now, but as more devices come onto the market, AR glasses, we'll start supporting others.
And what kind of materials do you use to make the glasses? Is it like, do you have like scratch resistant where the where you can go out with them and you don't have to worry about them getting scratched or getting damaged? Because
Yeah, they're
I know someone with a disability such as myself that wears glasses. I always tend to take them off a certain way or they bend, so that I don't have to they won't break. Are
right.
they flexible?
Yeah, they're pretty resilient. They definitely made these glasses with the consumer in mind. So you'll have some enterprise level glasses that are very bulky and thick, and you can take them onto a construction site. I think the glass maker, they realize, hey, we're building these for consumers, so they made them lightweight. They made them so that they don't they're not going to break easy if you drop them. They don't come with prescription glasses inside of them, but they come with a little template that you could take to your optometrist and have your prescription
Oh,
templated,
great.
and then place the existing, the ones that come with the glasses.
That's fantastic. That's one of the things that people with visual impairments tend to struggle with is trying to find the right glasses that fits them properly and that they like. And sometimes it's not just the frames and the lenses,
Right.
but with your price, it sounds really reasonable. Like, it's not like it's not high, but it's not low. It's not low. It's just right there. Perfect.
Yep. The way they work is they plug into an Android device, so either a phone or a tablet. So they moved all the computing power where the Microsoft, say, HoloLens has all that computing power built into the glasses
Awesome.
themselves. They offloaded it to an Android device so that they're not as bulky as the HoloLens. They really do feel like sunglasses when you have them on.
And does it run via, I guess, lithium ion battery? Do you have to charge them?
Yep, the battery lives right on the phone, so it gets all of its power and
Okay,
computing power. Yeah, the battery and power comes from the phone itself. It's really just the
interesting.
display device. Yeah,
Interesting. I've never. So is it wireless or do you have to plug it into the phone directly?
yeah, you do for now have to plug it in using
Okay.
a special cord that comes, and it's
Okay.
actually straight to the arm. But yeah, it's wired as of now.
Awesome. So you can plug it in, carry it with you, and just go about your day, and then charge it along with the phone once you're done, right?
That's it. Yeah, I mean the cord's long enough. You can drop your phone in your pocket, and there's enough, wiggle room once you got the glasses on. You can turn your head, so it's not too distracting. Yeah.
And Speaking about the glasses themselves, what's your future plan as far as like the markets? What do you plan to expand? What's the target goal for you?
The goal, yeah, that's a great question. So we want to commercialize in 2023. We want to get these into the hands, obviously, of as many people that we can help with them. So, it's going to start off small. We're a startup company. So, as that goes, we have to currently do what we're doing, which is get users to give us feedback, kind of garner that market fit, and then go after investors and say, hey, we did our due diligence, we got accepted, we found our product market fit, and then from there, try to raise some capital and expand that way. That's really kind of our expansion plan at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it comes to fruition. And I know being a startup company, it can be difficult at first trying to get people to trying to really get people aboard, which
Right.
to me now being able to kind of interview you and listen to what your goal is and everything, it sounds fascinating. Like it's fantastic. Like it's something that I've never heard about before. So I hope it goes off the ground because this is to me this is kind of groundbreaking, the fact that you're able to come up with this kind of technology and you know people with speech impairments, visual impairments struggle every day, and they have something that they can fall on and not have to worry about relying on other people. What's what makes all the difference?
Absolutely, and that's the same MO we have right now. We want with the software component of, I didn't speak too much on that. We're building in artificial intelligence, and so one of the biggest challenges we heard from SLPs regarding the existing software out there is it's very hard to configure. You have to kind of program each device for the person who's going to be using it. And we think we've come up with a pretty slick way of getting artificial intelligence to try to predict what the user is going to say. So we've kind of pre-populated, different components of the UI so that it's very quick, almost one-click kind of, sentence speech generation versus having to kind of type something out, or maybe even use symbols. We've gone a different route, and we really listen to the SLPs, and we're really listening to the users, so that we're building it for them, not what we're hearing is the existing SGDs sound like they gave a tech team some requirements and said go make an SGD. They didn't ask the users what they wanted, right? So
Yeah,
that's what we're not.
caters to the public, right?
Exactly, we're trying to
See what the
not
people
make that
want.
same mistake. Yep.
Yeah, see what the people want, and because at the end of the day, it's the public's feedback that really matters, and what helps you get the product going. You know.
Right. Yeah. I think it was Henry Ford that said if he would have asked the public what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse. So, there's some combination of, forward thinking versus what do they have now, and you meet in the middle and you try to make the best product that works for both.
This is something that could a lot of schools could benefit from too. A lot of classrooms, elementary schools, middle schools, and high school students that have those kinds of disabilities, and they struggle to excel in the classroom despite having an IEP. It's something that could be included in their individualized education plan that they can utilize those classes. So I would think that schools would also be your other target audience, where you could reach out to districts and be like, hey, we have this product that students at your school or your district can benefit from. Build that partnership with them.
Absolutely. School districts, we're looking at, private practice, of course. We're looking to partner with hospitals. VA is something big on our list. We want to help veterans. So, yes, all of the above is really what we're looking to target at this point. And I'm sure there's some things we're not thinking of, right? Some other organizations that we probably could partner with. Um, we're actually looking at a company called Remarkable right now in terms of getting them involved. I'm not sure if you've heard of Remarkable.
I've
They
never
just
heard of
came
them
up.
before.
Yeah, they kind of do this. They help incubate companies who are building products that help people. and through their network, they're able to raise funds for companies just like us and others who are building products to assist people. So it's a great
Yeah,
organization.
that is awesome. I mean, the fact that we have all this available and you're really doing your part to really get this out there, it's pretty impressive. It's really impressive, and I hope it goes as far as it does. Because we need more technology like this, especially because now we're evolving at such a quick rate. People don't realize that nowadays technology is essential for us to get ahead.
Absolutely. And I always make a strong statement, when I first start telling people about augmented reality. And I truly believe within 3 to 5 years, people will start ditching their smartphones because with AR, you put these glasses on, you can pretty much do everything that your phone can do and more. You think about it,
Yeah,
you want a TV, you're going to be able to drag a holographic TV while you're wearing the glasses onto your wall and drag it across your wall using kind of hand gestures, the way you do with the
yeah,
mouse, right? And you'll be able to, attach it to your wall because all these glasses have cameras on them and they're constantly scanning your environment. So, the things that you can do with these glasses, I think is kind of, endless. It's just up to the imagination. And if I'm right, 3 to 5 years, I think, especially when Apple comes out, they're supposed to come out with their glasses next year, and they're going to,
wow,
pretty,
already.
yeah. 2023 is supposed to be the year of the, I don't know what they're calling it, the eyeglasses would probably be my guess, but
I can imagine.
right. Yeah. So as soon as they come out, we think that market's going to start adapting and people, you're not going to need a phone. Why would you walk around looking down at your phone all day when, the glasses offer you a heads up display? It can do all the things that your phone can do,
Right,
text,
right.
phone calls, plus some. So yeah, I think it's a really good decade for AR that's coming up. And if we can use that to help people, I've got thoughts also down the road, back to, vision impairment, right? If these glasses have an onboard camera and you're walking around and they can kind of see the environment for you, we can certainly interact with the environment and give feedback to the user to help them maybe navigate a room if they've got,
Right.
maybe poor eyesight or, the ability to read lips, right? I mean, uh, for somebody who has a hearing disability. These are the things that are going to happen in the next 10 years. And I'm so excited to be a part of it.
Yeah, and to me, it is fascinating. The fact that you're starting this now, and you're slowly developing it. Eventually, people will catch on. Once they hear about it, people will catch on and be like, "Hey, you know what? We should go for this. You've been struggling for so long with these various impairments, but here's a product. Here's someone that's there to help you. To change your life for the better."
Absolutely. Yep, that is our MO. We're helping to remove barriers to communication through augmented reality. That's our kind of tagline at this point. So anything we can do to help, it's going to be super exciting. And if you and your listeners even want to kind of follow our journey as a startup, a lot of people get fascinated by that, and I think you kind of touched on that, right? How does a company the size of 3D Holo Group really get up and running, or does it, right? I mean, we're still in
Right.
that kind of stage where or make or break, right? If we don't find the right product market fit in a certain time frame, or we don't get the capital injection we need, or dot dot
Right.
dot dot dot. More than happy to share those experiences with the listeners as well, because it is interesting. This is why not everybody starts a company. I can tell you that much.
Right.
It's
It
a
can
lot of
be it
work.
can be very daunting. You don't know how the public will react when you start, whether they're gonna be react positive or negatively. But at the end of the day, it's
Absolutely,
what you put forth, how you present yourself. When you're
that's
the face
true.
of a
Yep.
company, that's what they see.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. You're absolutely right about that. So, this is my first podcast. I was mentioning to you earlier. Hope I'm doing good. But yeah, these types of things we'll be doing more in 2023. You'll see a lot more press releases and articles coming out. And again, we're looking for people who want to volunteer for trials, no cost to the user, and you'll get to experience something brand new kind of as a beta tester, if you will. And if it works for you and it's the right solution at that time, we're not going to say no, you can't purchase these. So we're at that level now. We want to get it in people's hands
Awesome.
who can use this and see what they think of it.
So how do they, if they wish to, I guess, inquire about the glasses, how do they reach out to you?
Well, we have a website set up. It's 3dhologroup.com. So you can go there. There is a contact us form for anybody who is interested in participating in the free trials, like I mentioned earlier. You can also find out a little bit about the software itself. And then if you want, you can have your users contact me directly. My email address is G as in Greg Partin, Partin at 3dhologroup.com. Be more than happy to talk to you about what the solution does. Potentially, if you're interested, get you involved in the trials and go from there.
Awesome, awesome. And I'm very curious. I've been trying to see if I can ask this question and see if you have a good answer for it. So,
Okay.
would we see Greg in Shark Tank?
Say one more time.
Will we ever see you in Shark Tank? With your
Oh,
product?
yeah, that I've been asked that a couple different times, right? Do we want to be a Shark Tank participant, right? I don't know if I took this on and Mr. O'Leary there, or some of the others, Mr. Cuban. I don't know if they'd be interested in this, but I'd certainly be willing to try if there was an opportunity there. But yeah, I mean, that's not anything we're particularly got a goal for, but it's definitely a show that I've watched and thought about. How would I address that question given my, the current circumstances we're under? But yeah, so no immediate plans, but if you guys are listening out there, Shark Tank executives, I am more than happy to come on the show.
Yeah, it'd be awesome to see you there. Really, just putting in a really good pitch, and I believe you'd even reach out a even wider audience. Millions.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's a great point. Absolutely.
You know, uh, like I always say, never hurts to try.
Yeah, that that is a great statement right there. I mean, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I think Wayne Gretzky said that and said it
Yeah,
well, right? And that's absolutely true.
yeah, and it's been really fun having you, like getting to learn about your software company, where you're going to take augmented reality to in the future, and I hope it really takes off. Like I really see this as something beneficial for everyone in the future.
Thank you so much for having me, David. It's been a pleasure to be here, and yeah, I look forward to hopefully chatting with you again in the future.
Yeah, and I'll have all the information down below in the description if you guys wish to inquire about the glasses and to reach out to Greg himself, who's been such a wonderful guest and a human being here. Um, and if you want to find this podcast, you can find it on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, every other major podcasting outlet out there. And as always, I will see you next time and Happy New Year.